Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Ocean Drive. My name is Nigi Solutsuli, and today I've got a great topic for you guys. Today we'll be talking about reasonably priced cars. I'd like to thank Tepiso for watching our last episode, which I'll put a link for over here. We were talking about fuel prices, and he basically gave us a comment asking about what are the reasonably priced cars out there for youngsters to buy. So that's what we're going to tackle today. So enjoy. Okay, so let me give you the rundown on the cars that we'll be talking about today. The VW Polo, which starts at 182,000. It comes standard with 14-inch steel wheels on the entry-level 1.4-liter engine car. You also have a choice of 1.6-liter and a 1-liter TSI, which is found in the GT model. That is the top spec. VW Polo is actually the most popular and the most expensive car on this list, so we'll see how it fares amongst its rivals. So next up we've got the Datsun Go, which starts at 137,000 Rand, comes with a 1.2-liter petrol engine, and you only have an option of 13-inch wheels, steel wheels by the way, with the hubcaps. So Datsun being a sub-company of Nissan, it's got that backing of reliability from the Nissan brand, and I think it stands a fair chance against the other cars that we have in the lineup today. So next up, following those two cars, we've got the Hyundai i10 and the Kia Picanto. The Hyundai starts at 160,000 Rand and the Kia Picanto starts at 144,000 Rand. So these cars are quite similar, being that Hyundai owns 33.3% of Kia. So they both come with either a choice of 1-liter or 1.2-liter petrol engines, and they come standard with 13-inch steel wheels with hubcaps. Now, not the best, but you can opt up to a 14-inch rim on both the cars, respectively. Following that, we've got the Renault Kwid, and the Renault Kwid starts at 127,000 Rand. It's the cheapest car on my list today, it's the smallest car on my list today, and some might say it's the cutest car on the list today. The Renault Kwid comes only as a 1-liter engine car, petrol of course, and it has 13-inch steel wheels, hubcaps only, no option of alloys or something like that. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how it stacks up against the rest. And last but not least, we have the Suzuki Swift. Suzuki Swift is a 158,000 Rand car. It comes only with a 1.2-liter petrol, and it comes with a standard 14-inch steel wheels with the hubcaps, although you can upgrade to the 15-inch alloys, and I think it's going to be a tough contender coming from Suzuki. Let's take a look at the brand new Polo Vivo. I think this is a handsome looking car. The lightly refreshed styling from the previous generation Polo really works well on this car. The new bumpers and the new rear tail lights really try to set it apart, but all in all still looks very, very similar, which is a great look. The interior of the new Polo Vivo looks really good. I like the smart, clean finishes, following the design of the previous generation Polo once again. The instrument cluster has changed quite a bit, but it still looks very good, simple, clear, and premium. The infotainment system can be upgraded for a touchscreen display with App Connect, which allows you to use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The interior space is good, although the rear seat legroom is not so great. Could be better, but this is the downfall of the previous generation Polo, and it's been carried over to the new Vivo. Boot space is reasonable, and I think it's really good for this class. Datsun claims its new Go is modern and robust. I think it's rather cute and distinctive. The small wheels let it down, but it's not here to win any style or sports awards. The gear stick is mounted high up, making it easier to use on the move. The instrument cluster is very simple, but not so nice to look at. The steering wheel is also not a very good looking tool to use. The Datsun doesn't come with a radio. Instead, it has a phone dock, a USB input, and aux input for you to connect your phone to the car's sound system. The overall interior space of the Datsun is very good. The materials used aren't the greatest, but this is a cheap car. The rear legroom is not too bad, and the boot space is almost on a par with the Polo. Great job, Datsun. The Kia Picanto is a good-looking car, with aggressive sporty looks at the front and the nice LED lights. The small silhouette works well with the car. The sporty wheel design complements the car very well. The rear end is the complete opposite of the front. It looks rather cute and small. The interior design of the Kia is very good, gives a premium look and feel, and I like the shape and design of the air vents. The steering wheel is very beautiful and robust with the controls on it. It comes with a touchscreen infotainment system which continues the look and feel of premium quality. Being a small car, the interior space is actually quite good for this size. Rear legroom space is actually quite good, and the boot, although very small, is not too bad for the size of the vehicle. The Hyundai i10, on the other hand, is the exact opposite of the Kia. Not as sporty, but still a good design, a very happy looking car, I would say. The face is pouting more than anything else. Also, with the same dimensions as the Kia, it looks very cute. The interior of the Hyundai lets it down a bit. The outside was quite cute and quirky, but the inside is very bland. The radio does look a little bit old-fashioned, but the steering wheel looks pretty good with a simple button layout. The interior space is similar to the Picanto. It's not that big, but for the size, it really packs a punch. Also similar to the Picanto is the boot. It's very small, but you can make do with it. The Renault Kwid is the smallest car on the list today. It looks very boxy at the front, but at the back it gets let down. It just doesn't seem completed when you get to the rear. The skinny wheels also don't help the side profile. The extensive use of rough plastic on the outside also gives the impression that this is a very cheap car. The interior is a more pleasant place to be. It features a 7-inch touchscreen with standard satellite navigation. I'd say the dash design is very well thought out, unlike the rest of the car. The steering wheel is very nice and robust, with the Renault emblem sitting proud. The instrument cluster looks really good, with the nice big numbers for the speedometer and the information on the side for the petrol and all the other alarms. The rest of the interior is quite good. It's not bad. The rear legroom isn't the greatest, but this is a small car. The boot space is also not that great, but it's a small car again, so we can't expect too much from it. The latest Suzuki Swift is not that great. I preferred the old styling, but the new styling is not too bad. I think they've done too much on the C-pillar, and the front looks like it's leaning too far forward. The rear also seems to stick up in the air a bit too much, and I'm not too happy with the wheel design that they've chosen. The interior looks good and smart. I like the steering wheel with the simple controls on it for the infotainment system. The dash itself does look good with the rounded air vents. The overall interior space is not too bad, although the seating does look very flat, so it doesn't seem like you'll get much support from them. And the boot space is reasonable. I need to speak about insurance. And insurance is something that's very important that us as South Africans, we overlook all the time. I don't like the fact that there's people out there who get insurance just because, to drive the car out. Actually, people don't know this. In order to buy a car and drive it off the dealership, you need finance, okay? And to go with finance, you need insurance. So what most people do is they'll get the insurance to send the letter that the car is insured. They'll get the finance and that's sorted out. And as soon as they drive out of the dealership, because they've got those two letters and they've got that confirmation, they'll call up the insurance company and cancel the insurance. I know it saves money, guys, but think about it this way. When it comes to insurance, you need it. You never know when something's gonna go wrong. You really just don't know. So don't take that risk, all right? Also with insurance, there's two levels. You've got comprehensive insurance and then you've got basic insurance, all right? A lot of people take basic insurance. It is cheaper, trust me. It's much cheaper. It's considerably cheaper. But the trade-off of that is that you're not covered for everything. So usually with basic insurance, you'll get covered for theft. I don't know. It's theft and fire and maybe something else, or third party. I don't know if I must actually find out. I'll let you know. But it's very simple stuff. Whereas with comprehensive cover, you are covered for basically any event. Even if you guys are getting mad hailstorms, if you visit your family in the Bundus and they get hailstorms. Dude, you can't anticipate this stuff, but you get covered if you have comprehensive. If you've got the basic one, insurance company is just going to laugh at you and say, well, that's your own problem, you didn't cover it. So you know, it's something to think about. But my advice to you is to get comprehensive insurance and keep it. Don't cancel it. Keep it, okay? No matter how broke or whatever you are, you need to pay that insurance, okay? Because you never know what's gonna happen. So in terms of insurance, like I said earlier, the most hijacked car is the Polo Vivo. And guess what? It's got the highest insurance. So what I did was I went on Hippo.com, for those of you who don't know what Hippo.com is. And I'm not being paid by Hippo.com, but you know, write a check. Just go on Hippo.com, check it out. You can put in your details and they let you check your insurance. Like they give you insurance offers. Okay, so you put in your details. So I put in, I'm a 24-year-old male, gave them my ID number. They did a little background check. It was very quick, by the way. Told them that I've never had comprehensive insurance and blah, 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 blah. And it spewed up a couple offers. They ask what car that you're trying to insure and all of that stuff. And they give you, you know, an accurate kind of figure. Also, once you do get that quote, they called me, funny enough. Wasn't planned, but they did call me and they asked me, excuse me, if I want to carry on with all that stuff. So I think great service, try them out. So yeah, that's how I got my prices. I'm not just sucking my thumb and telling you that, oh, it costs this much, it costs that much. So yeah, in terms of insurance, the Polo Vivo, it's expected. It's going to be really high. For a guy of my age, which is a very young 24 years of age, I'm looking at paying 1,383 per month on insurance, which is quite a bit, to be quite honest. And there's a lot of factors that go into insurance, namely, you know, the type of car that you're buying, your age, and your gender. Funny enough, boys are more reckless, apparently, so they say. Girls are much more cautious and stuff like that, so their fees will be a little bit lower. And also at a young age, you don't have enough driving experience, so that's what also shoots up the price. So the Polo Vivo is sitting at about 1.4 a month. Following that, actually more, funny enough, is the Renault Kwid, which is the cheapest and the smallest car here. So I don't know why, but it's more expensive to insure a Renault Kwid, funny enough. Cheapest car to insure on this list is the Kia Picanto, which I actually quite like. I like the Picanto. I think it's a cool car. So if you were basing everything off of like price and all of that stuff, the Kia Picanto is really starting to look good, you know. Price wise, it's down there, it's quite low, and the insurance is also quite low, sitting at about 981, just under $1,000. Okay, the i10, which is a very similar car, basically the same car to me when I look at it, is 1,241. So, you know, there's a bit of an anomaly there. I don't know why. That means obviously Hyundais are harder to insure. I don't know what's going on there. And then we've got the Datsun Go, which is at 937. Sorry, that's the lowest. 937 is the lowest. That's the Datsun Go, sitting at 937. Kia Picanto is second lowest, but I prefer the Kia Picanto. So yeah, that's insurance. So let's go on to the verdict. What car would I buy? Personally, I'm a VW fan. Okay, so I'm inclined to. My last three cars, and maybe you guys are sitting there and saying he's 24 and he's already had 3 cars. Circumstances permit that I had 3 cars. And yeah, I'm on my 3rd VW and I'm loving it. Well, actually the 3rd one I'm not so much, but you know what? I'm giving VW a chance before I start to talk about the problems that I'm having. If I am having problems, think about it. So yeah, I think I would choose the Polo Vivo. Price wise, it is quite expensive against all the cars on the list, but it justifies its price. You know, you get the service, you get the quality, and you get the brand. You know, that's kind of what everyone's buying into, and it's just a lovely car, a lovely brand to be a part of. You know, but if price is a problem, and I wouldn't say price has never been a problem. Price is always going to be a deciding factor in these things. And just looking at price, how much it costs to insure, fuel consumption wise, and stuff like that, I would say that, you know, the Kia Picanto is really kind of hands down the right car. The only problem might be that it is a bit small. It does you know, its proportions aren't that great, but for the money and just, you know, outright reliability and stuff like that. Actually, I forgot to mention, Kia has got the best warranty by far. So warranty is basically the manufacturer's promise saying that nothing will go wrong with this car. It's a 5-year warranty, unlimited kilometers. So usually other manufacturers will cap it at like 100 or 120,000 Ks, unlimited. So in the 5 years, if something goes wrong with the car because of how it was built and stuff like that, you can take it back to the dealership and say, hey, something wrong with the car, and they'll fix it free of charge. So just on that as well, that means they trust their car. It's just reliable. And I think, yeah, for that fact, I'd get the Kia Picanto. And I think it's the only one here that you can option a sunroof. And who doesn't like a sunroof? Like, really, who doesn't like a sunroof? So yeah, I think it's a good looking car. And if I was putting my money to it, which I've already put my money to a couple times, but anyway, if I was putting my money to it, it would be a Kia Picanto. So what would you guys choose? Let me know. I'm gonna put a little questionnaire up here in the corner, and you guys can decide. Let's see what everyone's feeling here. And yeah, okay guys, so thanks for joining me again. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and yeah, thank you so much. Share the comments down below, tell me what you're thinking, and tell me what you want to see next. Peace.